Hey everybody, welcome to another video. It's been a hot minute since I made one, and so we're a little bit, but this is going to be a little bit different. I'm responding to, we'll just call this unsolicited advice for a couple of creators that I enjoy watching, and they've been better about creating content that I have, and oddly enough, they both have experienced similar problems at the same time, dealing with base defense. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about base defense. Now, here we are at kind of my main series here, which is the Cap 25, capped at level 25. And here I am on Herbivore Island. And you might be asking, why on earth would I have to talk about base defense at Herbivore Island? I mean, goodness. If I hop on my parasaur and right-click, okay, there are no threats around. Okay, so why would I need base defenses? Well, the truth is, and the two creators, they're both women, oddly enough. One of them, Brielle, from Brielle Games, she encountered this, sort of. She was in a very hostile area on Fjordur, and we might take a look at that area a little bit later. But basically, she encountered trouble with Brontos, and I actually had that trouble here. You might have seen it in a past episode. Basically, and you don't see them around here now. In fact, you don't see any dinosaurs here now. Really odd for this place on this map. Because usually there's dinos spawning all over the place. And I'm not sure exactly why they're not spawning right now. But, let me just say, when I first got here and first plopped down my base, I had dinosaurs wandering all over in here, and I couldn't keep dinosaurs of my own in here because they were just stomping around. And the biggest problem was the Brontos. So I put up this wall. I had it 3 walls high. Now you'll see that is 4 walls high now, which basically seemed to be the minimum to keep the Brontos out. A 3 wall high wall, they'll just walk over it like it's not even there. And that's exactly what they did. Now, Brontos are not aggressive, so why would I have to worry about Brontos? Well, this is why right over here. These guys. Moss chops. Here, let me take your thatch. Alright. You see what he just did as soon as I took his thatch? He bit that tree and he bit the bush. And that's what these guys do. If you put them on passive, you set them beside a tree or a bush, they will collect wood and thatch and fiber and berries. And that's one of the cool things about the moss chops, is they passively just collect. These guys aren't non-aggressive or anything like that. But that's the problem. The Bronto came over here and was just doing the Bronto thing, stomping around. I was out here working on a raft, and I look over here and I see the Bronto stomping around. I thought, oh, geez, this isn't good. And then the next thing I know, I see that big, huge tail swiping around. And, of course, all the moss chops took off in all different directions to try to get away. So I had to whistle all attack. And the moss chops still ran away. But my Dillos and my Parasaur and this guy here, they all, my Dimetrodon, all of them went after and cut him down pretty decent. Now, I didn't have wolves at the time. I think I might have had a raptor who's no longer with us. But anyway, and it broke things. I don't know if I had a stone base here yet. But anyway, so Base defense is, you need it for everybody. Now we're going to get back to these guys in a little bit, but they are a great little defender. All right, having having flyers around are great base defenses. And if you were doing PvP, these are also great because they'll go after the riders before they go after the dinos that the people are riding on. But if nobody's riding a dinosaur, it's a wild dinosaur, they will go after that. Okay, so I started off with 3 walls high, and then I added another one. Oddly enough, they would still step on that, and they might get over it. So I was going to I started on this stone structure here. Never did finish it, and then you see that behind that, I put up spikes. Now, the spikes were enough to keep most things away. A few trikes, all the other things that might come in there and just make a mess of things that I'd have to watch out for. The spikes did good to keep them out. But the Brontos would still jump over that. And they continued to do that until I got these guys. And then, and that was the end. And apparently that's the end of all of the dinosaurs on this island, because once I got a wolf pack, we would just go around and we just hunt them down. And the wolves were able to take down all of the dinosaurs. Now I'm just going to do a quick, looks like I don't have, that is really weird. I've never had that happen on this island before. Now all my resources, the metal, the trees, the berries, the bushes, all that stuff respawns, but the dinosaurs aren't respawning. I don't know, is that a single player thing? Oh. I didn't see that. Let's get that drop here. I got a stego saddle. I'll take it. Because we're still playing Cap 25. And I will stay capped at level 25 until I can get in the spider arena, which means that I still have to do the caves, and I have to, probably the hardest thing is kill alphas on my chibi. On the same chibi. I already lost a chibi that had 2 alphas killed on it. So that was alright, gotta let my stamina go up here so I can get back to my base. And then we will talk more about base defenses, because we're not done with that yet. But anyway, yeah, I'm capped at level 25. So these are basic defenses that you can get even as a beginner. You can do the walls, the spiky walls, but until the Dimorphodons, but it was the wolf pack that ended up being my best defense. Something gets in here, I whistle all attack, and the wolves take anything down on this island in short order, even the highest level Bronto. The Bronto might wreck my cooking pot or my trough or something. All right, and you want a nice stout base, like at least stone. Okay, you can get metal, even better. Okay, now we're going to move on. And so I'll be right back in just a minute. So hang on. All right, we are back. And obviously we are not on the same place we were before. We are not on a Cap 25 server. We are on, this is not capped at any level, obviously, because we have a tech generator here, so we got tech. But you will not find any tech turrets on this island. Okay, let's give you a look at where I'm at. Okay, we got some things happening out here. All right, so I've got my parasaur. I've got Perry over here. locating threats, and you see a bunch of threats out here. Oh, there's also a brontosaurus, and look what happens here. All right, this is one of my early defense units. See, my dimorphodons automatically took out that trike. All right, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. But that is definitely one of my major defenses. Now you also see I've got some plant species X. I'll talk about that in a minute too. All right, there my dimorphodons go, and they are after a Dilophosaur. All right, and when that brontosaurus gets close enough, they'll take him out too. All right, so this is, yeah, there's no gun turrets, there's no bullets being fired here. Just these guys up hanging out up here. All right, this is on the Fjordar map. Let's have a look. Let's get an aerial view of where I am. All right, anybody familiar with Fjordar will figure out where I'm at. I'm close to the volcano island. This is called the Lonely Island. And I have this entire island. It's all mine. And let's go down here. Let's have a look at our brontosaurus. He's smacking something. I don't think he killed it, whatever it was that he smacked. I also have a Dilophosaur down. Yeah, the Dilophosaur might be what's biting him now, setting him off. But of course, when he does his tail swipe, he knocks it out of the way. And it takes a while for the Dilophosaur to get back on him. But you can do this. It's just a single Dilophosaur, so he's not able to really... Yeah, it is. I see the little numbers on him. I'll take a bite out of him, see if I can get him to aggro on me. Alright, yeah, it's definitely my... I have a Dilophosaur, and usually what you'd want to do is have a pack of them. They're alright, my flyers are busy killing a turtle. I just want to see this. You could have a pack of Dilophosaurs, or yeah, you see him down in there? He hasn't. I'm amazed, and he's set on aggressive. Okay, so this is one way you can defend your base, is to have a group of dinos wandering around on aggressive, and they'll attack anything. Even a Dilophosaur against a Brontosaurus. Now look at him, he's bloody. Just from that Dilophosaur. I'll have to look and see what his level is. This is kind of Dilophosaur versus Brontosaurus. He was killed. His name is Rover. Rover 1. Alright, let's pick on somebody your own size now. I'm going to bring him up here if I can. Alright. So, I lost one of my base defenses. Let's go out, come up here. And we'll look at these guys. How I got these guys set up. Alright, and this is a... Let me just put you down here. Alright, so the Parasaur detects enemies. But my base defenses just wipes out everybody, not just enemies. Like you saw earlier, it went after a turtle. And my little Dilophosaur took on a Brontosaurus. And you see I wasn't too concerned about losing a Dilophosaur. Alright. This is how these guys work. Now see I got my tech replicator here. These guys are a little trapped back here. Hopefully they get out before the Brontosaurus gets up here. So this isn't a foolproof, but if you want to use dinosaurs as your base defense, this is how you do it. I have a Doedicurus here, okay, and he is set to passive. He also is set to ignore group whistles, and his job is just to sit here, okay. He just sits here. Okay, there's my Brontosaurus. Let's see if my other defenses kick in here anywhere. What's going on? I don't see. Something is bothering that Brontosaurus, and I don't see what it is. See, I wanted my plant species X to kick in. But I just don't see it doing. Anyway, okay, this is how you do it. You sit on here, and then you whistle to the dinosaurs that you want to be your guard dinosaurs, and you say, follow me. So you just kind of give it a whistle. And you've noticed that all of these Dilophosaurs, or these Dilophosaurs, all these Dimorphodons are on follow the Doedicurus. They're all following the Doedicurus. And the reason why I set him like that, I got the Doedicurus here in his own little pen. And after the Dimorphodons do their attack, you notice they always come back up here to their home base. So they don't wander off. They don't just go all willy-nilly. They'll go out this way and that way, and I'll show you how I got them to do that in a minute. But so this is the first part of it. The first part is to set up your Doedicurus or Apache or any other small dinosaur that you get in a 1x1 pen, and you could put a saddle on it or sit on it and get all of the other dinos to follow it. And then I tell I go through all the settings and I make sure that they ignore group whistles. Because my other dinosaurs, I'm going to give them group whistles to set them on passive. These guys are all on aggressive. Anything gets close, they will go after it. But there's one more part to this, and I need to show you. Also, I'm not wearing a tech suit. I'm wearing a wingsuit because I like the wingsuit. All right, I got these little things set up. I like this one the best. All right, so anything that comes over here, okay, these guys will come over, the Dimorphodons will come over here if anything comes over here because of this guy. Sentry number 3 is a dodo. And what I did was I set him to aggressive. Yeah, the dodos are the real killers here. All right, I got him in a little pen, so he can't get out. But if he sees anything, anything, a turtle, a Dilophosaur, a trike, anything spawns over here, he sees it, and he gets mad, and he alerts the Dimorphodons up there, and they will come running, and they will take down whatever it is that he saw. And then if there's anything else around, they'll take those out too, because they are set on aggressive. So that's how I keep my base clean from intruders. You notice things will come up, but they won't get too close, and they won't do any damage. I have another dodo here defending this side. Okay? And I got another dodo here. Okay? Now I could, and I had these towers up, and I can't remember why I took them down, but I really need to set maybe a tower out here. But I'm not just too worried. I don't have anything out here that these are all metal pipes, so nothing's going to break that. So I'm not too concerned about that. All right, so that is using dinosaurs to defend my base. And you notice I have everything made out of stone. All right, I'm going to show you the last thing that I have for base defense that neither of the ladies that I alluded to, Brielle Gaming was one. The other girl is Clever Girl. She's brand new to Ark, and she's just a lot of fun to watch. I'll just say that. She's just a fun YouTuber. She has a huge community, and I've had fun leaving her comments and suggestions, but she gets tons of them from her community. Neither one of them have this. This is Plant Species X. Okay, in order to have Plant Species X, the reason why I don't have it on my other playthrough is I'm capped at level 25. And in order to do this, you have to have a large crop plot. And the crop plot, I think, is at something like level 26 or 27 or something like that. I have medium crop plots. That's how I grow my vegetables, but which you can get out of any small drop, any blue drop, or you get them on all the drops. The medium crop plot, it's a joke. Large crop plot, and you just grow it like any other plant. You put the fertilizer in there, you put the water in there, and you see my watering pipe right there. And there's been some damage done to this, but and then you can set it. I have mine targeting only wild creatures. Okay, the default is, I think, players maybe, or players only. So you have to reset this, and then you change the targeting range. I have mine in high targeting range. You know, and I can put my, let's say I wanted to tame one of these things out here. I could put this to sleep, and it wouldn't shoot it. But I have one here and one here, and so anything gets too close to them, they will shoot it, and their ammunition is fertilizer. Yeah, it uses fertilizer as ammunition instead of bullets that I would ordinarily use to power, or to use as ammunition for tech turrets or heavy turrets or any other kind of gun turret. Also, you need to have power where this doesn't need to power. It just needs water and fertilizer. And you got yourself a turret, and you can plant 100 of these around your base, and nothing will ever get close. It's a great, it's just a truly great defense. And you find those seeds in the swamps usually. You can find videos that'll tell you where to find them, but if you go through the swamp with something like, well, your para or trike could pick it up. I like to use the iguanodon to get seeds for me. And if you want to make fertilizer, you should know about the composting bins. And these guys, the Phiomias, this is what they do. They poop. That's their job. That's the only thing they do. They don't collect berries. They don't fight. They just poop. So anyway, so this is just a little tutorial on some ideas for base defense. This is primitive base defense. This isn't anything tech. If I was going to use tech, I could use tech turrets and gun turrets and all those other things, but I like to just try some different things. I used to have some Deinonychus, a pack of them just running around. They were set on aggressive, and they were set to wander. And that was okay, except they kept going over the edge, and they ended up at the water, and then they got killed by sharks. So the wandering dino, unless you have some way to confine the dinos, they will just wander, and they'll get stuck, or they'll attack something, and then they'd end up falling over the side here, and then they'd be lost. You see, I got another Bronto here, but he's not going to be able to hurt anything. He can't get up here, so we just let him be him. And you see these dinosaurs, they aren't hurting anything, so I just leave him down there. I have no problems letting them... Oh, there he is. All right, whatever it was that was bothering him, he's still bloody. If he finds his way walking up here again, one of these, either the plant species X or the Dimorphodons will get him. I may put out some more Dilophosaurs or Raptors or some other dino, and just let them have their way with whatever the spawning points. Nothing spawns real close to here because of the foundations, but things do spawn on the outskirts. You know, there's something out there. Out here, a lot of stuff spawns in. You see this little guy. As soon as he gets close enough, that Dodo's going to see him, and then the Dimorphodons will come. These Dimorphodons that are stuck back here, they will come down and get him. And I'll show you one other. The benefits of using the if I had guns or any tech turrets or anything like that, it would kill the dinosaurs and it would keep everything clean. But this is what Dimorphodons can do. They can gather raw meat. All of these, now I'm using S+, the mod, so I can just get the raw meat pull the raw meat. This is the name of each of my Dimorphodons. I have a special prize for anybody who can guess where the names of these Dimorphodons come from. A special prize. I will give you the access to this server cluster. Rover 1. Is he still out there? I'm going to pull the meat from him. I thought he died. How about some hide? Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, I can't put it in the... I can't put it in the trough, but I can do it this way. Hide. So you're getting a look at what S+ can do if you've never seen what it does. These are all the names of my Dimorphodon: Marquette, Decorah, Austin, Dyersville, Luena, Waterloo. Those are all just names of Dimorphodons. And all right, I don't see there's Rover. He had some hide on him, so we'll pull that hide off. And I got over 1,000 hide. I couldn't do that with a mechanical. Can I go back by? Nice. All right. Deposit. Yeah, deposit my hide in there. And the hide automatically, when I deposit it there, it all ends up in here. Into my tech storage units. I got 49,000 hide. Couldn't do that with the things that are firing bullets. All right, so that is going to be that. I think we'll leave you right here. This is all about base defenses, and I talked about the walls, the spikes, plant species X, and using dinosaurs as your defenders. A couple ways you can do that. Again, you can set them to wander, or you can set them to follow, put them on aggressive, set them to follow a dinosaur like a Doedicurus or Apache, and then you put these sentries out here and put them on aggressive, and your dinosaurs then will respond to the calls of these sentries. And you can use penguins, any kind of little dinosaur that you can fit inside of a pen like that. Penguins, dodos, I don't know what else, but You could be creative. You could even have these little hot dogs sit on aggressive and have them in a pen. Maybe I'll do that. But anyway, all right. So that's it for me, and I want you all have a good one, everybody.